This Mr. Scroggins coming at you once again with another story of my life. So by this time, I'm in California. I have been here for some time. I'm just now settling in. I done got on my feet. I done got me a whip. Got a bum ass job. Got me a Prius. I'm doing Uber. Man, and this is when Uber at the time was at its height. I mean, on any given weekend, man, you can make bank. I mean, look at water. It was concerts going on. It was I'm talking about any given weekend. You can make hella money. So this one particular weekend, man, I don't know what money was, but I was doing my thing as usual, making my hustle. So I'm out in Calabasas. I had just dropped this nice couple off, and I get another ping. So I drive up to this address, and keep in mind, Calabasas, hey, you have to have money out there. If you live in Calabasas, you making bank. Believe that. So I get out there, I pull up to the couple's house. They get in the car. You know, nice little drive. So I hit the ping. We roll out. So I see we going towards Ventura. So I'm like hella happy. You know, that's like a 20, 30 minute ride. Gonna make me about a good $50. So we drive and we talking. Conversation was nice. You know, they were a very nice couple. I mean, we rolling, making small conversation. They asked me where I'm from because they heard my accent. So we chit chatting. So we get to the destination. And man, we go down this road. You know, it's crazy how, you know how sometimes you go to certain places, even in your own city, that you've never been to, you never recognize. So we go to Ventura. So I'm thinking they about to go to a nice little party or some, you know, a restaurant. Woo the woo. Man, we get about, I think, 15 minutes outside of Ventura. We up in the mountains. And we go down this road. I'm like, hold on, man. This road kind of dark. So I'm, you know me, I'm from the South. So I got, my door. I'm down here. I'm reaching for my blade. So I'm like, man, look, they try anything. I'm gonna be, hey, we all finna be some dead motherfuckers up in here. So the road that dark. So I see like some lights at the end of the road. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I kind of, keep my head on the swivel, but I lower my guard a little bit. So we get to like this booth, security booth. And, they get an invitation. The guards let us through. Man, look, we go down this road. And I mean, I'm like, hold on. I'm like, where the hell we at? These houses were $1 million homes. I'm talking about big, immaculate homes. It's like an entire community full of nice homes, immaculate homes, big homes. So we drive to the last house. And I'm talking about this home is about, it had to be worth millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars. So we get there. So I'm like, all right, y'all have a nice night. They're like, well, hold on. Hey, if you want to come in and hang out for a while, get yourself something to drink and use the restroom. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm just going to head on out, man, try to make it back down here so I can finish up my night and make me a little bit more money. So they're like, the lady's like, you know what, honey, I think he should come in. He said, hey, honey, guy says he has to go. I mean, we don't want to stop him from hustling. So she was like, young man, how much do you make on any given night? I said about $100, $200 a night, if I'm lucky. Sometimes more than that if I'm really pushing it. She said, I'll tell you what, since you were such a nice driver, we'll give you $1,000 if you come in and party with us. Shit, I parked that car so fast, I said, I'll be right there. So I parked the car and I went inside the house. Man, when I tell you, man, this house was immaculate. I mean, like, I'm talking about, these people had to be elitist. I'm just saying, like, the house was just itself. Oh, my goodness. And as you know, I get in there and I stick out like a sore thumb. I'm not dressed for a party like that. So, they dress down to the nine. So I'm walking around, they introduce me to people. They like, hey, this is our Uber driver. And I'm like, yeah, what's up? So I walk around, I'm meeting people, talking to people. They're actually very nice. A lot of people gave me some good insight on things. So, I'm there doing my thing, just checking out the house and being nosy or whatnot. So, guy comes up, center of the house and say, "Hey, is everybody ready? It's about to happen." So everybody just kind of rush over to this room, man. It's like the house is so big, they just rush over to this room. And I'm like, "Where the hell they going? Where everybody going?" So I'm like, "Shit, okay." So I'm gonna go check it out for myself and see what's up. So I get in the room, man. Look, before I continue, I'm not lying. These things actually happen. If you don't believe me, then hey, oh well. But I went in the room and it's like this big light. And man, so I'm like, what the hell is that? So they standing around, man. It's like this big light and this big machine. It's like this big ass machine, man. And they just standing around and man, they just like smiling, they just looking. And it started to kind of like glow and kind of get watery. It's like this watery look and it starts to glow. And I'm like, man, what the hell? And like next thing you know, everybody just like it started to get brighter and brighter and brighter. And everybody just like looking, they just starting to just like get excited, like yeah. Come on, man, come on. And I'm just standing back, so I'm standing by the door because I'm like, man, look like all hell about to break loose. So out of nowhere, man, this dude just pops out. He's like butt ass naked. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what the hell going on? I'm like, hold on, man. This dude is like butt ass naked. He comes out this, like, I'm like, oh, this is a fucking portal. Like, this dude came out a portal. And he was like, man, I did it. I told you guys I'd do it, and I did it. And I'm like, what the fuck? And he came out the portal. He just started talking. Everybody asking him questions one by one. The guy, I guess this guy's like this doctor. He came over. He checking him. This guy. Then he brought his friend over there. They checking him out, man, getting his vitals. They doing all this. They're like, hey, man, you're all right. They're checking on him, and everybody just asking him questions. Man, how was it, man? What do you think? How was it? What did you see? What did you find out? So apparently, man, these people be going and doing these experiments. And a lot of these people are like mad scientists or like very elitist people. And I was at this party, man. I did not know that I was in an elitist house. And to actually just sit there and see that. And I'm like, man, I thought I seen it all. But I'm like, I literally just seen a portal. I saw a portal. And the guy came out of the portal. And like he started, like once everything settled down, he started talking, and he was like, hey man, he knew what everybody was gonna say before they said it because he had already been there at that current time. And he was saying, so basically when they make these movies like on Disney, and when they tell you about like these worlds and stuff like that, these people have actually lived that shit. They have actually done it. So he was basically saying that he was in another Earth and they had on different clothes. He was like, man, you asked me the same thing, but this time you had on this, and you was this and that. And he was just going on and on. So I'm like, man, I'm sitting back there ear hustling because I'm like, man, I don't want everyone to be seen, like that there, but I'm sitting back there, I'm ear hustling and listening to them, and they do this all the time, right under our nose. And it was just amazing how he just sat there and, like, once he got some clothes on and once he got settled and started talking to everybody and just letting everybody know what went down, and pretty much like the higher you go up, the more prestige the Earths are. And he was saying like we're at like a lower realm Earth, to where it's a lot of chaos, and the higher he go up, the world is more, the atmosphere is more cleaner, the Earth is cleaner, the people are smarter. Like you're a smarter version of yourself. And I thought all of this was like in the movies. I really did not know that any of this was real. I thought it was literally just in the movies. I've known about supernatural things. I've met supernatural people, but never have I seen anything like this in person. So I'm just sitting there because sometimes, my curiosity can get the best of me. And I don't know why that is, but it does sometimes. So I'm just listening and taking it all in. And he was talking about like how like there's an earth greater than that one, and then there's another one that's greater than that one, and it's like it gets higher and higher, and I think it goes to about 8. See, everybody thinks it's 7, but it goes to about 8. And the higher you get, the more you know, and the less, I guess, emotion you have about things, the more you see things clearer. But it was very interesting on how it's a certain time. That's why they came that night, because everything has to align. For what he's saying, so it has to be a certain precise timing in everything, how they move and shake it, and how they do the portals. And man, when I tell you that shit was unreal, man, y'all, it was unreal. And I'm like, damn, Lord. I mean, like, I sat there and I listened to it, and I saw it, and I heard it, and I guarantee you wouldn't believe me if you saw it for you wouldn't believe me. I'm telling you, like, I know half of y'all don't believe me now, but like, this shit really happened. And I'm here to tell you, man, there's some things in this world. Hey, man, look. But on that note, I have to get out of here. I have an interview. So I have part 2 coming up in just a little bit. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you like, share, and subscribe. Catch me later.